Hello, and thank you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City. I'm your host, Courtney Bloomer. Today's episode is brought to you by Sierra Nevada Ballet, bringing arts and culture to Western Nevada. Visit them online at sierranevadaballet.org. Our special guest this week is Katie Leao from the Western Nevada Boys and Girls Club. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you for having me.
Tell our viewers a little bit about some of the fantastic work being done over at the Western Nevada Boys and Girls Club. You have a lot of exciting stuff going on.
We do. So in this community and in Douglas County, we serve about 2,500 kids annually. And we have 5 sites throughout Carson City and Gardnerville and Minden. And with those, we only charge kids $30 a year to attend. So during the fall and spring, we provide after school and summer, winter, spring break care. We are open 5 days a week except for major holidays. And really our goal and what we provide is a safe, fun learning environment for kids that support their educational activities at school. The Boys and Girls Clubs of Western Nevada has arts and culture. We have technology. We have our fitness and health programs, and we have our education programs. Those are our main core areas that we work on. We're unique in these programming areas that we're the only after-school care that does these specifically for the youth in Carson City and Carson Valley. With the programming, the child gets to come into the club and choose what they want to do for the day. If they want to go over to the MAC, which is the Multi-Use Athletic Center.
Right, which opened up
in January.
Few months ago, right,
yep.
Right next door to your facility.
Right next door. We have a great campus, and the city has generously done a joint use agreement with us. It is owned by the city, but we have our kids go over every day and do fitness activities, whether it's running, basketball, volleyball, pickleball, which is a new program for us, and it's fun, the kids are learning, or dodgeball. And it's a great way for them to get exposure to city facilities as well as citizens in the community come in and see our kids. Right. And so it's really nice to have that there.
Because the multi-purpose athletic facility is open to everyone in the city.
Everyone in the city.
So the kids might be using it at the same time as a rec league if they're playing basketball or something.
Yeah, and that's the really nice piece of this is our kids are over there mingling with the city. We work with the lodge, the retirement home, and we've done some activities with them over there. But it's just a great campus in Carson City. And with that campus, we just built a 7,200 square foot teen center through community donations and a grant through the Pennington Foundation. And we just opened, we had a grand opening June 23rd, and we have over 100 teens now utilizing that facility. And the cool thing about that facility is they were in a 100 square foot space before that.
Right, they had one room.
An office.
In the old, not the old facility.
Well, in the facility.
The regular Boys and Girls Club facility. So now they have their own space. And this is cool because this wasn't just something that you guys dreamed up.
No.
The kids actually were really active in kind of designing what this was going to be like.
We had all of our teens involved in actually coming up with the plan and what they wanted it to look like. And they traveled around Northern Nevada, checked out sites, the architect went with them, and then they spent some time actually with the architect developing it. And with that teen center, the really cool thing is Adams Hub in Carson City, the Carson City Library, the school district are partnering with us to offer programming unique to these teens. So the Young E program, which is a sneak peek at life through Adams Hub, is coming in weekly, 3 days a week, and working with our teens on life skills, on resume building, on financial literacy, and then job shadowing, looking at what they want to do in that next part of their life,
right?
And community service. And so they're getting full exposure to that, plus the copious amounts of community service that they go out and do, whether it's for the Greenhouse Project or it's the equine program we have in Washoe Valley, or they're working on different projects that the school district has. So they're very active in our community and giving back to what the community has given to them.
So there are a lot of great options for kids, both to participate in activities and then also to give back to the community. Now, you mentioned the Teen Center. What age kids can come to the Boys and Girls Club?
So ages are kindergarten. We require them to be in kindergarten all the way through their senior year in high school. And the majority of my teens end up working for me. So they go through our leader in training program, and that program, they have to complete a certain number of community hours, service hours. They go one-on-one with my teen center coordinator, and they do different kinds of things at the club to work on volunteer hours and mentoring. And they work up into a junior staff position, which is paid, and they become staff. And I right now have about 7 or 8 working for me full-time this summer, which is really cool as a 15-year-old to have a full-time job, working in the summer, still being able to utilize the club. And they're still teens, so they still get to do all the teen programming in addition to work. So it's really nice.
So a really great opportunity for kids to get some work experience, build their resume a little bit, and still get all the benefits of
being a club member.
Yeah, fantastic. So lots of great work is going on. Now you mentioned that there are 5 sites.
Yes.
Let people know where those other sites are.
So we're in Carson City at the clubhouse. We're also down in Gardnerville. We have a club site down there, and then we are in 3 schools here in Carson City. And those are after-school programs that work with kids who are at risk within their academic area. So we help them with mentoring, tutoring with the teachers. They get full academic programming after school, and then they get bused to us. So that's Mark Twain, Empire, and Bordewick Bray that they're at. And then, of course, our goal is to expand into more schools than that and offer additional programming. Right now, about 400 to 450 children attend the Carson City Club a day after school. And then down in Gardnerville, there's about 120 to 125 youth that attend.
Wow.
So we're busy. If you come over after school, it's a madhouse. There's so many kids.
So much going on, and like you mentioned, lots of different options of activities for the kids to take part in while they're there.
Yes.
With this much going on, I imagine you need a lot of staff. It takes a lot of supplies. Somebody has to pay for all of that.
Yes.
Luckily, you have a couple of really great fundraisers coming up here in Carson City. Tell us about the first one.
So the ones that we do, our big one is that's coming up this summer is we are supporting the McFadden family with their plaza opening, formerly known as 3rd Street. So that's being dedicated to the McFadden family here in town, and they have named us as one of the beneficiaries of this opening. So we have a big Kids in Rigs event coming up from 10 to 2 that day, where we're inviting families down for a free pancake breakfast. Come climb on all of the cool equipment that they've had downtown.
Construction equipment.
Yeah, so the earth movers, the excavators, all the really cool fun things. We'll have bounce houses, face painting in the morning, and that ends at 2. And then from 5 p.m. till 10 p.m., it's more of an adult event. The Tripping King Snakes and DJ Red are coming out for the evening to have a concert. We'll have a champagne toast at 7 p.m. And then we're just going to enjoy beer and food from the Firkin Fox and celebrate some live music and celebrate the cool things we have going on downtown. And the Boys and Girls Club is, appreciative of the McFadden family for thinking of us and including us in this event. And it's a great way to share with our families what's available in Carson City and all the fun things we have going on.
Right, and this is the McFadden Plaza. Again, you mentioned Firkin and Fox and 3rd Street. This is going to permanently close 3rd Street. It's going to become this public space, and this is kind of kicking that off. Yes,
and that's July 30th.
All right.
Yeah, Mom and Pops will be there, and they're doing all the pancakes, sausage, and eggs and all the great stuff, and then Bella Fiore's doing the champagne and the wine. So we have all the businesses down there.
Businesses involved.
And I think that's the key, and that's part of our goal as the Boys and Girls Club is, yes, we serve the youth in this community, but we also want to be a part of this community and beyond what we do on a daily basis. And that's the fun part. The other big thing we have going on is, of course, our 23rd annual luau. And this year, we actually have it at the Boys and Girls Club.
All right.
So for the first time,
in September.
Yep, September 11th.
Tell people what they can expect from this luau. It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. So we're actually going to be at the MAC. We're using the MAC facility and the Boys and Girls Club. We have Polynesian dancers. We have barbecue from Carson City Barbecue. We'll have a live and silent auction, and it's a great way to come and hear our story. Autumn Cuera, who is my Nevada Youth of the Year, she won for the state of Nevada as Youth of the Year, will be speaking at the event. And Mary Brzezinski and Brad Bonkowski will be our MCs. And it's just a fun way to come check out the facility. And for donors and community members who have never actually been to our site, this will be a fantastic event. And we're really looking forward to sharing our story.
Tell folks where they can get tickets to that.
They can get tickets at the Boys and Girls Club website, bgcwn.org, and under events, and it's the Luau. And they can purchase tickets there. Tickets are $125 per ticket or $12.50 per table.
All right.
And so we want people to come out, and we're expecting at least 900 people this year.
It's going to be a huge event,
benefiting
a wonderful cause, all the great programs that the Boys and Girls Club brings to the kids. Like you mentioned, hundreds of kids in our community are served by these programs that the Boys and Girls Club puts on. Katie, thanks so much for being with us today. I encourage everyone to go and check out ways that they can be involved. Come down to the McFadden Plaza, go to the Luau, support the Boys and Girls Club, all the great work that they're doing. So thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, and thanks to all of you for joining us for this week's edition of It's Your City, brought to you by Sierra Nevada Ballet. If you'd be interested in sponsoring a future edition of It's Your City, contact Darla at the address shown on your screen. I'm Cortney Bloomer. We'll see you next week.